You said it. You said
I never said anything. You're a fucking liar.
You said
and
it.
you live a fucking fake life.
You
and
said
you're
it.
dumb as fuck.
But I don't talk am before, and I said it to Pere. I don't talk am before. Yes, I don't talk am before, and I said it to Pere. This is not me talking. Yes, of course I said it, and I want it in my chest.
Biggie, I'm gonna leave this house. I will leave this house. Don't fucking try me. I will leave this house.
Is there any day that will go by without this housemate fighting? Like, is there any day that will just go by with us just preaching peace, love, and happiness in this house? Nah, I don't think so. Guys, the Parrot was doing the Lord's work yesterday. Yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. I saw a lot of, the viewers complaining about how the Parrot had been inactive for weeks now. So yes, the Parrot decided to give us some juicy details. You understand? Give us some commotion. That's right. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. So after the housemates had their sponsored tax, the Parrot decided to cause some higgledy-piggledy commotions here and there, and he spilled the details of the conversation Nyo had with Doyin. So before the nomination, Nyo was actually telling Doyin that Angel and Soma had a conversation, and he overheard them planning or contemplating on nominating Doyin for eviction, right? So he had that conversation with Doyin while they were contemplating on who to nominate for eviction, right? And Angel was like, and Doyin rather was like, okay, since Angel wants to nominate me, I will nominate her as well. And I feel Angel ended up nominating Doyin, but I don't think Doyin actually nominated Angel, right? So the Parrot spilled that details of the conversation, and Angel was not having it at all, because according to her, she never had that conversation with Soma at all. It was just something she did eventually, right? But she never had a conversation with Soma for them to nominate Doyin, although she did eventually. So she wasn't having it. She was getting at Nyo, and Nyo was also giving it back to her. Surprisingly, I was thinking he would just chicken out and be the bigger person in the altercation, the verbal altercation, and just keep mute and let her just talk. But he was giving it back to her that yes, she said it. And Angel was like, you are a effing liar. You are a liar, because I never had that conversation. And Nyo was still insisting that yes, you said it. Why are you lying? He was even trying to remind her. Probably she doesn't have a retentive memory, right? So he was reminding her, and she was like, it's a lie, this and that. It was that serious. So they even proceeded to the dressing room at some point, and Nyo was trying to take back his hat that he gave to her. He was trying to take it from her locker, and she stopped and was like, I will catch a strike. Some of us will catch a strike. Some of us will get disqualified because you said this thing. Why are you lying? I say thank you, Parrot, for giving us bars, because this housemates, it seemed as though they were relaxing. They were feeling a bit relaxed, they were not giving us content anymore. So I thank God the Parrot actually did a lot's work. Now the Parrot actually revealed 2 gists, and the second one was that of the conversation Pere had with Sisi and Doyin, talking about the triangle between him, Cross, and Kim. Now on that table, right, Pere actually revealed to Sisi and Doyin that Cross actually liked Nengi prior to the show, right? Why he likes Kimoprah, right? And getting to the house, Cross did not care about his feelings for Kimoprah. He just started chasing her and all that. So we were just talking about it, and I can remember vividly Kim came into that conversation, and Sisi was like, go and sleep, and Doyin said no, continue the conversation, right? Doyin actually said that, and the Parrot revealed it. Kim was not having it at all, because she was like, I don't understand, like, why would you say that about me? I feel as though Doyin was actually saying that to somebody else. Yes, she was actually saying that to somebody else, and she even called him a weakling, someone who is weak. But according to her, she said Whitney, not weakling. So I think she was reporting that conversation to Mercy, Alex, and Sisi, right? And Doyin was also present there, and she called him a weakling. She called him a Whitney, actually, according to her, that Pere has the physique of a man but the personality of a woman. Doyin was actually owning up to the conversation that yes, she said it, and that she had said it to Pere's face. Yes, so it wasn't a new thing. You get, it's not as if it was hidden. She has actually called him a Whitney before. Whitney as in Whitney Houston, not a weakling. The Parrot is actually giving us this gist in its Parrot's voice, not the actual voice, so we wouldn't really hear the right words, right? But Doyin said she called him a Whitney, not a weakling. So Kim wasn't having it because her name was included, and she was giving it back to Doyin. Or more, I think someone had to take her out of there, and Doyin was just saying the same thing. Oh my gosh, to my greatest surprise, our general Pere cried because he apparently he thought Doyin called him a weakling. So Venita was trying to comfort him. He was crying, guys. I was so shocked. Like, Pere, you see, one thing I've noticed about Pere, Pere is used to being a villain, right? Especially from the Shine Your Eyes season. He's used to being an antagonist, right? Look at the situation that happened between him and White Money. Do you understand? Of him taking off his belt, want to like beat White Money and stuff. He's used to that. But I feel within, in the innermost part of him, is actually a very sweet soul. Do you get? He's actually a very nice person. He has a very loving personality. But because of the fact that he's a soldier, or the circumstances surrounding his, upbringing and all of that, that has, shaped him or molded him to, be a tough person. But within, he's actually a sweet person. Vanessa was trying to like comfort him and stuff. And eventually, it was time for them to prepare for their pool party. So everyone eventually, went their separate ways to prepare, while Angel was also giving it back to Neo at the dressing room. Or Mashallah was with Pere trying to comfort him and everything. And guys, I don't understand why Doyin has chosen several times not to use her reasoning faculty. I don't just understand. I feel like she does these things intentionally to trigger people, because you can see at that point in time that Pere was pissed off. But that was the same bloody time that she chose to explain the situation to Pere, that Pere should just come off it, that he wasn't called a weakling, he was called a Whitney. And Omashala wasn't having, was like, he chased her away, that she should go and dress up for the party. And she asked Omashala to give her a little chance to explain herself to Pere. And she was explaining the whole situation. And Omashala was asking her, at least you were in the conversation. She said, she was in the conversation. Even Mercy too was there. Sissy too was there. Omashala was, according to him and his demeanor, right? His body language, his countenance, he was so irritated by her. He even called her a parrot, and that she has a striking resemblance with the parrot. It was just a hilarious, scene. Soma came at some point. They were just cheering him up and telling him not to cry, to just come off that mood and all of that. I just love the way they rallied around him to comfort him, right? But although Doyin was actually saying that she didn't call him a weakling, she actually called him Whitney, meaning he has the personality of a woman but the physique of a man. Okay. I'm sure you guys remember how Doyin was continually inserting Mercy into the conversation, saying that she wasn't the only one. Sissy was there, Mercy was there, Alex was there as well. Anyways, after the pool party, Mercy was actually telling Ilebaye that between her and God, she didn't know who they were referring to about the Kim, Cross, and Pere's triangle, and that if she did, she wouldn't win the show, right? And Ilebaye was like, were you expecting to win the show? And she said, of course, like she was here to win and all of that. And while they were having that conversation, Mercy was not wearing her mic. Guys, I'm sure I didn't give you guys the gist, but I put it on my community tab that Mercy was given a strike for continuous microphone infringement. Yeah, that basically means several times she's been warned for not putting on her microphone while having a conversation, right? And after she was given that strike, it was a pool party, and then after the pool party, Mercy was still talking to Ilebaye without wearing her mic, right? And I was just thinking and hoping for Ilebaye to remind her to get her mic and put it on, but Ilebaye didn't. Instead, she was hailing her while she was, hailing herself, saying she was going to win the show, right? Now, Big Brother actually gave her a microphone infringement as well, and it's the way all the housemates just went out on her. They were like, Mercy, wear your mic, this and that. But I did not understand the uproar she had afterwards. She was like, Biggie, I got my shit on, this and that, I will leave your house, this and that. I'm like, I don't understand. It's Biggie's house, it's Biggie rules. Didn't she get the memo? Anyways, Ilebaye came to her to try to stop her from saying what she was saying, and it's where she pushed Ilebaye, was like, please stay back, let me say what I want to say. That's it about that. I feel like subsequently Mercy will get a hold of herself and abide by Big Brother's rules. Yeah, Pere and Cross eventually had a conversation about the whole conversation that was spilled by the Parrot. and I think they squashed their beef. So yeah, we're good. You guys should share your thoughts with me in the comment section about all of this gist I just filled you in. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on your post notification to be alerted ASAP when I post a new video. You know the vibes. Guys, share your thoughts with me in the comment section. What do you think about Doyin? To be honest with you, I feel like Doyin is the parrot. She's the human parrot. She's the parrot in human form. She is so loquacious, guys, and I like the way she owns up to her thing. Like when she says something, she owns up to it. I love that. Okay, it's really a catastrophe in this house, and trust me, I am living for it. This is exactly what I want. Buzz balls, because normally I'm not a preacher of love. Okay, I'm a preacher of violence. So yes, this is what I want to watch. This is my entertainment here, and I'm sure I'm not the only one on this table. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bye guys.